What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. My name is Andrew. It is a pleasure to see you, as always, coming to you from the iPhone still as I wait on my camera to show up. Still waiting. It wasn't, I got free shipping from where I got it from, but not the fastest of shipping. So hopefully it comes by the end of this week so I can have it when I go down to Coral Springs next week. But man, it feels really good to be back at the golf course. Took 3 days off basically because I was going to be waking up bright and early every day to watch the Ryder Cup. And oh my gosh, how good was that Ryder Cup? Like, wow. I root for Europe, so it's obviously always fun. And they pulled it off. They pulled it off big time. Just so great to watch. That golf course was magnifique. Posted on Instagram, little sticker in the story for October Q&A because it is October 1st. So that's what we're doing today. Gonna practice a little bit, tackle your questions. I've got a new putter that showed up on Thursday, so I'm gonna put that in the bag and test that out and have some fun with that. Also got a controller finally for the drone, so I can get that thing way up and way out. So expect some gratuitous drone footage today out here at Northampton. All right, now that I've rolled a few putts, getting a feel for the new putter, there was a couple questions that came through about how is the new putter. On the putting green so far, it's so good. It's gonna take a little bit of an adjustment because I've been using these mallet type putters since the middle of 2012, and they're much shorter this way. And if you look at basically the length difference. So looking down at this, it's a little bit longer looking, but I grew up with a blade putter, and basically when I first came to TaylorMade and started working for them, I switched from a Scotty Cameron to like a Daytona model. And I just want to change this because when I put this in play, I've been rolling it really well, but just haven't been making everything. And then when I used this Gen I1 thing, saw that I was kind of closing the face a little bit too much. So putting this thing into play, a little more toe hang, and for some reason that makes it harder for me to close the face. I can keep this face a little bit squarer. So far it looks good. I mean, this black copper steel is amazing, but it'll be exciting to take it out on the golf course today and just see what it's like in real conditions. And it's really hard doing the Q&A with the phone because all the questions are on the phone. So I'm gonna practice a little bit more and then look through some of them and then sit down in the car when I take a little breather and answer more. Out on the course now, and it is windy. That storm that's rolling in off the ocean, it's kicking up some good wind from the east. So I found a little path here between 2 and 3 to tackle a few more questions. And I was smart. I wrote them down. I looked through on Instagram and I wrote down a handful of them. So I'll answer some now, play a few more holes, answer some. You know the drill. One cool question is, if I had $1 million, what would I buy first, or how would I spend it? If I had $1 million, if I just happened to come across $1 million, the first thing I would do would be get out of debt. I'm floating some debt from early years in my career, kind of like post-grad or med school or something like that. Like I would get out of debt. That's it. And then from there, maybe a Tesla. That's probably it. What's the worst miss I've ever had in a tournament? I've hit a shank or two in a tournament. That's pretty bad. And I've missed short putts, but shanks aren't fun. So that's probably the worst miss. When did I become a scratch golfer? I've answered this before, and maybe my answers have changed from time to time, but probably around 15 or 16. I think that's when I became a scratch. Why did Europe do so well this past week? There's a ton of reasons. I don't know. My opinion, I just think the Ryder Cup means more to the European players. It's pretty simple. You can see it when they make putts. You can see it in the fans. The Ryder Cup just means more to Europe in general. Not to say it doesn't mean anything to the Americans. It just seems like it means a lot more to them when they win. I mean, Molinari's saying this is bigger than his major wins and what he's done. Like, that's huge. I don't think we've ever heard that from an American player. But things can change because for the last 20 years, it's been all Europe, and you're seeing that passion. So the younger generation of American players that have been watching it are seeing that passion and soaking in that passion. So you see your Patrick Reeds, your Justin Thomas, your Jordan Spieths. They have that passion. So I think, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years, the Ryder Cup's going to be better and better and better. How do I relax? What do I like to do to relax? I just like going to coffee shops and chilling out, listening to some good music, and editing. Editing's really, really relaxing for me. YouTube etiquette, what do you do with ads? Do you watch the full one or do you skip it? I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters analytically. When an ad runs, the monetization, however it works, I don't think it matters if you watch the full ad versus skipping it. So I'm not offended if you skip ads, because I skip ads on all of my favorite channels too. I got this a few times, like if I wasn't with TaylorMade, what would I use? Or if TaylorMade dropped me, what would I do? Well, I've got new golf clubs, so if TaylorMade dropped me tomorrow, I would still use these until they're worn out, because they're good golf clubs. And if it came to looking for other equipment, I would just have to be like any player. I'd have to test things out and see what works for me, and maybe reach out to companies that maybe you have a relationship with or you can add value to with YouTube or Instagram or whatever. But I would use these golf clubs for as long as I can. I think that's a good cue to go and play some golf. This Joby I have, these things just pop out. So that fell off the golf cart. I hope you got the answer there. I'm gonna go play some more golf and then answer a few more of these questions. Let's try putting the camera here so it doesn't fall on us. Found another little pathway here on the 6th hole. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions and give you a little update on how the putter is feeling. Someone asked me like what pre-event or tournament week practice looks like, and that changes obviously depending on the event. If it's a full tour event where you're in the town in a new city and the tournament starts Thursday, and you know you're there Monday and you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to practice, that looks a little bit different than like what I'm doing right now, getting ready for an event that's on Monday, Tuesday of next week in a different city. So I don't get to go there and spend a lot of time practicing. I'll get to go there on the Sunday to see the golf course. So my prep here is a little bit of technique, a lot of playing, a lot of time on the golf course, especially since I'm down in Florida. I'm playing Bermuda grass again and I haven't played it in 4 or 5 months. So my pre-event practice right now is just getting my head and my game into play mode away from, you know, technique. I'm swinging it really well, so it's easier to do this. So I'm just out here hitting shots, working on my short game and working on my focus. And that leads me to the last question I'll tackle is, how do you keep your focus for 18 holes? This question comes in a lot, and I think it's something that it's kind of misleading. Like, if you struggle to focus for 18 holes, you have to see how many holes you can actually focus for. I don't know many golfers that can focus 100% for 18 holes, because it's a catch-22. The way you focus for 18 holes is being able to turn your focus off and on, and that's in between shots and that, whereas a lot of people think they need to be all focused for all 18 holes, and that's impossible to do. It's about judging progress. So if you can only focus for 9 or 4, keep track of that and then go out and try to focus for 1 extra hole on this day. And keep track of that. How many holes could you focus for this time? And you have to kind of not judge yourself in this. If you can gain a hole of focus with every time you play, eventually you'll learn what it's like to grow that comfort zone and be able to focus for extended periods of time, extended amount of golf holes. And it's really easy to lose your focus when things are going bad. But if you have this non-judgmental way of evaluating your growth, when things aren't going well on the golf course, you'll be able to look back and be like, oh, I can still focus through this because I've done it before. And that's what happens. A lot of people are focused, and then maybe things go wrong, or they're going really right, and then you lose your focus. You're way ahead of yourself, or you're way down on yourself. And then you look up and you go, wow, I was great for 12 holes, and then the last 6 were just a mess. I lost my focus. Well, learn to just grow that a hole at a time. It's a big ask to just go from, I struggle to focus for even 9 holes, and I want to now focus for 18. I think that's, it's just too much to ask, and it makes you too critical on yourself. So just expand the focus, a hole a day or a hole a week, however often you get to play golf, and you'll see what it feels like to be focused for 9 holes, for 11 holes, for 13 holes. And then maybe the next day it's only 12, but you know how to grow your comfort zone. So I think that's how you can attempt to focus for 18 holes. And when you do figure it out, let me know, because it's really hard to do. And I'd love some tricks to be able to be 100% focused for 18 holes of golf, or all the shots it takes. The putter, it's feeling good. I think with the mallets that I've been using for the last 5 years, I've been falling in love too much with the alignment on them. You know, if I'm not quite lined right, I make bad strokes, whereas getting rid of the alignment aids in this thing, it's tapping into my creativity and just letting me see a line and then stroke the ball to a line. And I'm really liking it. My distance control is great with this. Feels like the face is staying a little square, a little longer. So first impressions, good first impression with this putter. I will see you guys in a couple days, maybe with a live stream. Let me know down below if you want to see a live stream later this week. Yeah, see you in a couple days.